sketch chemistry of color project, I decided that I really wanted to show my art side. And I decided to do that by creating my own watercolors and a watercolor for them. For my visual, I decided that I was going to do an eye, and the iris of the eye is colored with red, blue, and green to represent the different cones in our eyes that absorb light. Now, in order to create my watercolors, I had to decide what kind of colorant I was going to use. I was choosing between pigments and dyes, and although the two are both colorants, they act and behave in very different ways. On one hand, pigments have to be added to a substance in order to color an object. These substances can be something like plastic or paint. On the other hand, dyes can be added directly to an object to color it. These objects can be anything like hair or shirts and the like. A good way to contrast the two is by coloring a wooden board. In order to use pigments to color the wooden board, you'd have to add the pigments to paint first, while you could add the dyes straight to the wooden board to color it. Another difference between dyes and pigments are the solubility. Dyes are only about 70 to 80% water soluble, while pigments are 100% water soluble. For my project, I decided that I was going to use dyes in my watercolors, as not only did I already have dyes on hand, but I wanted to be 100% sure that color would still appear when water was added to the mix. Now, some of my dyes were neon, and neon colors are much brighter due to the fluorescence that is added to them. Fluorescents absorb light and give off energy, and it is the absorption of UV lights that really intensify the color. And although pigments and dyes are very different, they can still be put into two groups. One of these groups is inorganic compounds. Inorganic compounds are molecules that are bonded ionically and do not have carbon or carbon-hydrogen bonds, while organic compounds have these hydrogen-carbon bonds and bond covalently. Now, this does not mean that all dyes are inorganic compounds and all pigments are organic compounds. Both of these can be split into these two groups. It all depends on the molecular makeup of the colorant itself. Overall, I really enjoyed this project and I can't wait to use my watercolors more. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye!